Siegfried and Roy visit Germany at least once a year. Here in a German safari park, they're opening an enclosure with the white lions of Timbavati, so named after a national park in South Africa. The safari park owner makes Siegfried and Roy a gift of 2 white tigers, which the park has been breeding successfully for some years. Siegfried and Roy have dedicated themselves to animal conservation and in Las Vegas have their own breeding program to save threatened species. Here in this German safari park, they take over the sponsorship of Europe's only breeding program designed to preserve the now nearly extinct white lions. Siegfried and Roy enjoy walkabouts like this. They don't regard them as an irksome obligation.
The Germans are warm-hearted. They associate themselves with us, and they believe in us, and that helps to give us strength. It's a lovely feeling.
During this short visit to Germany, the 2 artists emphasize their commitment to saving endangered species.
It's our life's task, one we set ourselves 18 years ago. At that time, white tigers had almost died out in the wild. There were just a handful of them left. Now, worldwide, there are 200 white tigers.
It was our success with breeding these animals which motivated the South African government to approach us, because there they had the same problem with white lions. They hoped that as magicians, as illusionists who make things not just disappear, but also reappear again, we'd do something for the white lions. And so we developed a breeding program for the white lions in Africa and in the USA, in Las Vegas. And now there's also this bridgehead to Europe. And for us, it was only natural to turn to our native country, Germany.
The secret garden of Siegfried and Roy in Las Vegas was open to visitors on November 13, 1996. It now provides a home for their rare and exotic animals. One of the aims of the secret garden is to increase public interest in animals that face extinction. The secret garden houses 6 of the rarest species of animals, including the white lions of Timbavati and the royal white tigers of Nevada. With their Siegfried and Roy Animal Foundation, the 2 artists have been working for over 15 years to preserve the white tiger for posterity. Their program now comprises over 30 white tigers. Right from the start of their professional career, the 2 men were aware that successful performers must possess not just talent and the necessary ambition, they also need a distinctive trademark. With their breeding program, which has earned them worldwide acclaim, they certainly have that. But for Siegfried and Roy, their animals aren't just part of a breeding program, and definitely not just part of a stage setting.
You're very successful. Successful people usually have many friends, and many so-called friends.
Yes.
What does real friendship with real give and take mean for you? Where do you set your priorities?
I must honestly say we have a great many friends, but I could say that our real friends are actually our animals. The animals take us the way we are. They like us, but not because we've achieved something. They enjoy being with us, but not because we're somebody. They take us just as we are.
And that's why you work to conserve animals threatened by extinction. Does that play a role?
Definitely.
Our activities with animals have become our life's task, one I find very fulfilling. It gives me fulfillment. It's something I experience every day on stage or at home. And now with the secret garden too, with the animals, with people.
Something that we can give in return. It's thanks to our illusions, thanks to our magic, thanks to our success, that we can finance all this privately, that we can do something for animals, but at the same time give something back to our fans who've always been so good to us. That's how we see it today. We no longer think so much with our heads, we think with our hearts.
Siegfried Fischbacher and Roy Uwe Horn have now been working together for almost 35 years.
I don't know anyone more difficult than Roy. Nobody at all. But it took all these difficulties to get where we are today.
Then what are the strengths in your professional partnership with Roy?
The difficulties are the strengths. He sets very high standards. The standards he imposes on himself are very demanding, just like the standards I impose on myself. That is something we both expect from one another. And sometimes making these tough demands on ourselves will bring out something we didn't know we had in us. And then there's the mutual trust, the respect. The trust and the respect. I think these have been the most important things for our professional development. And it's important to keep these things.
And of course, now I have to ask you, what are his strengths and weaknesses?
I can keep that short. Siegfried always knows best. And the thing that upsets me most about him is that he's usually right. He always gives me good advice. And it's done us good.
It's not just in their show that the two artists make use of modern technology. Siegfried and Roy are now also online in the internet. They have their own celebrity website with information on the animals and their shows. Fans can even put questions to the two stars.
We have fans all over the world, in scores of countries. A lot of people can't afford to come to Las Vegas to get to know Siegfried and Roy live, to get to know Siegfried and Roy the Illusionists, or to get to know Siegfried and Roy the Guardians of Endangered Animals. But thanks to the internet, they can all visit us. They can be with us in person. They can listen to what we have to say and be a part of us. And they can even look in on our show. That's the chance we want to give people, because who knows whether they'll ever be able to come to Las Vegas. This way, we go to them, into their living rooms.
Do you also surf the internet sometimes?
Yes.
Yeah?
And you enjoy it?
It's great fun, even though I'm not technically minded. But I find it very interesting. The younger generation are so on the ball in this respect. It's incredible. The younger generation are very clever, and the internet keeps me in touch with how they see things, what they feel, and what they think.
You have to go with the times. And this technology today, making the world smaller and smaller and bringing people closer together.
That's why Deutsche Welle circles the globe. We can watch Deutsche Welle here in Las Vegas now, which is fantastic, of course. Gives us another link with Germany.
This is all a reward. And it's a reward also for never forgetting where you come from. It's something you always remember. And you have to be grateful. You must never forget where you come from. And when you look back, think back to the past and are grateful for what you've achieved, then you see the future more clearly.
There's one thing else I'd like to say. I left home at 13, joined a ship, and set out for New York on it. And we got into a hurricane. Our ship already had a sideways list, and everyone thought we were going to sink. But by a stroke of good fortune, the storm suddenly died down, and we made it to New York. And I thought, just 13 years old, that's still very young, but it could have all been over already. From now on, every day that you live is a gift, and I make use of that gift.
Und dieses Geschenk benutze ich.